Everybody, this is Expat. Welcome back, and this is session 2 of my walkthrough of Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I just want to say before we start here, I have made a little bit of progress since session 1. I did build some of my camp, and now the next mission is to talk to Heiji. So he's in southwestern Izumi Setsu. So he's in Sakai. Now, Sakai was during Nobunaga's time, was a huge port. And a lot of foreigners were coming through Sakai and doing trade at this time in Japanese history. So this is really interesting. We're going to be heading over to Sakai. And so in the last video, of course, we saw the beginning of Yasuke's story. And then we went into Naoe's story. We went deep into Naoe's story. And we're continuing with her and how the relationship she had with her father. So I played a little bit offline and saw some of the backstory of Naoe, and of course meeting up with some people from her village and starting to build her camp and her outpost, and to have some scouts to go around. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of what I've been up to here. So we got this inventory. So this came with the special edition for Ubisoft Plus Premium. So some of the outfits here and all, and the mount that I have, it's like a dragon, kind of a dragon mount. It's really cool. So anyway, let me go ahead and move to the objectives here. So we've got our map here. So we're going to be talking to Heiji. So we've got the hideout that we've worked on a little bit here. So Yasuke's story, and of course Naoe's journey. And this is the Onryo. Now, so this is the group that caused the death of Naoe's father. So Fujibayashi Nagato, and of course one here, Ido Yoshihiro, he's already been eliminated. So we're moving on, and I'm going to be probably going after this one next, the wounded. But first, we're going to talk to Heiji, so we're going to get that going. And in the backstory, of course, these were like I said, these were the group that were responsible for Naoe's father's death. And what's interesting is these Onryo are probably working with the Templars in some way. Interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out in the story. And of course, at the outpost here, what's interesting is, of course, the camp that was built. We have the little boy and of course, the Obosang, the priest that the child and the priest that helped Naoe get back to full health. That's something that I was playing offline. The boy that was helping her, he's now a part of the camp. So, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and start here and focus on getting to Sakai and talking to Heiji. So the way of the blacksmith. So we're trying to recruit him, I think, to come to the camp. So let's go ahead, and we've got the world here. So this is really interesting here. So Osaka, of course, and Sakai is down here. So like I was saying, Sakai was a huge port near the sea, which was huge when it came to trade. And so I've got some of these regions that I did offline. I did some of the points here. So the map, as you get to these points, of course, in the Assassin's Creed games, you open up the map more. So we've got some scouts down here working in Sakai as well. But we're going to go ahead and move on. And one thing that I want to show here, so you get the mastery here, you get the katana, the tools, the shinobi, assassin. So lots of skill trees here. And so I'm at rank 5 now, level 5. And so I'll be getting another skill point when I reach level 6. And so in the codex here, which is really interesting, so the cultural discovery, so you see all of the, of course, sections here that you can find out more about Japanese history, so castle and war affairs, things like that. So that's really interesting. So if you're thinking of playing the game, I really highly I suggest that you get into that and look into that in the tutorials and the database here. So so all these activities. So the Kujikiri is really, really interesting. So of course in ninjutsu, this is a practice that was used, and of course in Shingon Buddhism. So Shingonshu. Actually, my wife's family is Shingonshu. So this is really interesting. So you have to practice these symbols, and when you're meditating, you go into a kind of a backstory of Naoe and her father. So I think that's really, really cool how they're using this throughout the game. So anyway, so let's go ahead and move on here. So we're going to go ahead and head on to Sakai. So I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, got all this area here. So I'm going to go ahead and run up through here. So, and I like how the days change. I like how the weather changes. So I'm going to go ahead and call them out. So it's kind of cool. It's like a dragon, kind of like a cross between a horse and a dragon here. So yeah. So this is pretty cool. And sometimes as you're writing, you're going through some of the war-torn areas and some of Nobunaga's army. And of course you run into the Ashigaru. Ashigaru were foot soldiers during this period, and way before, even during the Muromachi period, even a couple of hundred years before this, Ashigaru became a large portion of the armies. So we got a ways to go here. So I'm wondering if I can, let's see if I can, I don't think I can fast travel yet. So let me get back to the map real quick and see. So I'm here, and if I go here, I could probably get closer. So let me go ahead and fast travel here, and then we can head on to Sakai from there. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the game so far. It's really fun to play. So so far it's been mostly Naoe. We're not really working with Yasuke. So Kawachi Heights. So yeah. So when you get the views here, it's really, really cool. So the viewpoints and all, and you can like mark points. For example, here is one of the viewpoints of the castle in the foreground here. So, and all the undiscovered locations. So I want to do this, but I'm going to do it offline and not while I'm recording. So then once I have those all completed, then I can, show those of you that are viewing this, the locations and the areas and some of these undiscovered locations. But anyway, if you like this video and if you like these walkthroughs, please be sure to leave some comments and be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for when we drop another, for when I drop another, I should say, walkthrough of Assassin's Creed Shadows, as well as all of our other content here on the Arena Productions, my podcast, the Arena Gaming multi-platform gaming news podcast, as well as all of our other video game and entertainment related content. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here. So leap of faith and Makino Odera Temple here. So still got like 1,000 to go here, so I get back to the main road, and now I'm going to call them out again, and let's go ahead. So a lot of deer, of course. In this part of Japan, there are a lot of deer, and especially in Kansai area, Kyoto Nara area especially, there are many, many deer. And they'll come right up to you and they'll eat, especially in Nara. So it's been a while since I've been to Kansai area, but it's very beautiful, and the people there are very friendly generally. So the Izumi Coast. So there are a lot of woods, and it is a mountainous area, mountainous region. Can I get up here? Okay, yes. So sometimes it's difficult to especially if you're just climbing, sometimes it doesn't let you get all the way up. You slide down the hills. Let's see if I can get through all of this. Okay, there we go. So I'm trying to cut through as much as I can here so I can get to where I need to go. Kind of like the side, kind of like the shortcuts. All right. Okay, and then you get these little looks. And so maybe I need to dismount here real quick. So another codex, so Kofun. So yeah, so these are basically burial mounds. So from way, way back, like close to 1,000 years before, you get lots of like graves, and this is pretty much a grave here. So let's go ahead and get back on the mount, and go ahead and get back. This is really, really pretty. I mean, as the sun is going down here. But first I want to get to this. Okay. The old Kofun. Sorry. So we're going to talk to Heiji now. So I'm going to go ahead and get off the mount here and go ahead and get into Sakai here. So back in this time, Sakai was a big port.
I might find Heiji the blacksmith here, near the shops.
So Sakai Kakurega. Yeah. So a lot of these roads were stone paved. So let me go back into the details again, okay? So he is east of the port. Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep running through here. Oh, well, dog, can I pet him? Yes, I can pet him. Yay. Yes.
What a friendly thing.
Shiba Inu. Yeah. Yeah, I love trying to pet animals in the games, whether it's a cat or a dog or... So, here's the port here. The port of Sakai. So the ships here, most likely Portuguese. Okay. So 8 meters. Okay.
Maybe compared to you.
Okay, so we finally found him, and we're gonna take these. We're gonna take these enemies out here. So we're gonna have to sneak up on him here. You see that head flip off there? Bye-bye. Okay. Now, do we still have enemies coming? Okay, now we can get to him.
Heiji, you did not fight back.
I do not spill blood. I make tools.
They could have killed you.
Yes, perhaps.
I'll say you are brave, because he's got to be brave not to fight.
I hope I am as brave when death comes for me.
I am not brave. I am broken.
Broken?
My parents built this forge to make tobacco knives. They were the best in Sakai, and very valuable. Then my parents were killed. I do not make their knives anymore.
I'm sorry for your loss, Heiji. I'm a friend of Tomiko. She sent me to you.
Tomiko? I am in her debt.
We could use your help, Tomiko and I. Come to Setsu. Whatever debt you owe will be repaid. We might even find a way to fix what has been broken.
There is nothing for me here now. I will pack what is left and come.
Good. We will be waiting.
All right. So finding resources in castles and camps by doing contracts available in Kakurega. So finding resources, okay. Anyway, so building the forge. So let's go ahead and see the inventory here. Okay, so that's fine. So let's go back to the world. So searching Sakai. Okay. A secret identity becomes Naoe's key to making the right connections as she hunts the woman who shot her in Sakai. So let's go ahead and, well, first let's do the Fatherless Monk. Okay, in search for one of her father's killers, Naoe hears of a warrior monk named Kyonyo, who might have some answers. Okay, so actually let's do that one first, okay? And out to pasture. So what's this one? That's a side quest here, but let's go ahead and talk to Kyonyo here. So let's track that one. Okay, and head to it here. So we've got about 300 meters to go here. So, yeah, it's interesting how the weather change from just a downpour to kind of like the clouds moving away now and it's becoming clear. So the codex, commerce, and craft at Sakai. So see if I can run faster here. She's a fast runner. So let's go ahead and get to this area here. So a lot of agriculture in this area as well.
Sounds like a big fight. I'll need a better view.
Let me help. Maybe I can help with that fight. The Gansenji.
That must be Kyonyo. They need help.
Let's took this other one out. All right. Let's get that other one here. Nice. Okay. So Gansenji Temple here. So the monks. Some of the most famous monks in Kyoto area were the Hiezang monks. So some of these monks were, of course, very, very strong fighters. So let's go ahead and talk to Kyonyo here.
I didn't think anyone would come.
You expected reinforcements?
Only half-heartedly. When my father called for aid, thousands would come. I send letters and not a soul replies. Except you. I'm Kyonyo.
Naoe, it wasn't a letter that brought me here. More an instinct.
No matter what brought you here, your help was needed. Our home, Honganji, has been reduced to ashes.
Mhm.
10 years we struggled against Oda Nobunaga. My father finally signed a peace treaty and retreated. Took most of his followers with him.
So all you see here is all who are left.
Our precious Honganji and the Lord Daimyo orders Hashima Hideyoshi to build a castle in its place on our land. I wouldn't give up. And for that, I am disowned. I will never stop fighting Oda Nobunaga.
He burned my home to the ground too.
So that's what brought you here.
So the Hideyoshi that he's talking about becomes Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Of course, after Nobunaga's death, Hideyoshi becomes basically the de facto ruler of Japan. And then after that, Tokugawa Ieyasu. So anyway, I'm here to keep a promise. I've come seeking vengeance. So I'm going to go with, I don't want to, well, she is seeking vengeance. So I'm going to go ahead and say that.
I am here for a different matter of injustice. I hunt my father's murderers.
Vengeance is a bloody path with no horizon. I know this firsthand.
My father cut the ear off one of the men. I was told he might be near Sakai, so I found you.
One ear, eh? When Oda Nobunaga took over, he put one of his most savage dogs in charge. Wada Koretake. Many call him the one-ear demon. The men you fought were his.
It's him. Only demons would do what they did to my father.
Immoral to his core. He pillages, destroys our relics, burns our temples. These are objects, yes, but they are symbols of our teachers. 500 years of history, desecrated by a one-eared madman.
Then let's find him.
He is hard to track. The only evidence he leaves behind are corpses. Burned, beheaded, or both. But with you, maybe my fortune is turning.
I caught this one running back to his master. Kyonyo! We could have used him!
What? Koretake's worms would rather die than talk.
Why is the sword your first response?
Naoe, this is Yaya. Fought for my father in the war. Abandoned me like he did.
Not true. You called for help? I came back.
I want to join you two to find Wada Koretake.
Not another corrupted for Kyonyo's hopeless cause.
This is Koretake's doing, not Kyonyo's. Besides, my father always said that as long as we are breathing, there is hope.
See? Someone believes in me.
You both seem steadfast on your path of destruction. I heard one of Koretake's men speak of the chief executioner, Nanatsumatsu. He may know where to find Koretake. But I know the place. No one visits and returns the same. Especially not a lone guard.
You didn't see her fight. She'll be fine. Still, we'll need allies. Find Mitsumune at Nunobiki Falls. He leads the last survivors of Honganji, who have formed an Ikki.
I will go to them. Thank you.
There's a farmhouse near the river. Meet me there when you're done.
All right, so I'm going to stop this session here, and then I will continue once I get to the main objective portion. So I want to thank all of you for joining. So it's really interesting. So we got to meet the merchant. We got to see the Sakai port. And then here at Gansenji Temple, so seeing the warrior monks here in action. And we got to see a Kofun burial mound. So that was really cool. So a little bit of the Japanese historical perspective here. So anyway, I want to thank you all for joining, and I'm looking forward to the next walkthrough with you. So have a great day. And those of you that are playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, I hope you're having a great time with it. So I will see you in the next one. Peace.